my expectations are high for this team because you have high character guys. Kevin Durant just wants to hoop. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think was most frustrating, and he said this, in Brooklyn, is that there were so many distractions, and KD is just a hooper. He just wants to play basketball. So, like, I just think that, it's going to be exciting because Devin's the same way. And we all know that CP3 is, the point guard. So we like to have three guys so focused on wanting to win a championship. I think the sky's the limit, but there's a lot of things to iron out.
Yeah. The thing that Kevin said, and this was to Brian and myself, he said, here things get taken care of, they get addressed, and it's refreshing, was his end quote, which I looked at Brian, we looked at each other, and I had him on. I said, do you think that was a dig? He's like, I'm still trying to process that one. So I think it was, but that's.
I mean, whether it's a dig or not, I think what I appreciate about Kevin Durant in this, I guess you can say second half of his career, is just how honest he is. I mean, yeah. I think we want athletes to be this transparent, and he has been very transparent about his ups and downs and what he's gone through. And I think Kevin Durant is very honest about who he is, and his game, and how much he loves playing this game, and how much he's a big fan of this game. So I think when he talked about not regretting anything in his career, I do believe it in the sense, because I think when he's on that court, he's present, when he gives it everything he has, and that's why I think things when he separated from the Nets. It was on very positive terms, because the Nets saw how hard he worked when he was out there. The Nets saw how much he wanted to win in Brooklyn, but things just didn't work out, and so that's why they made it possible for him to go to his desired team. This was a collective effort, and I think that is the biggest compliment you can pay a player, is we're gonna basically, I know not give away, because no disrespect to Mikhail and Cam, but we're gonna give away one of the greatest players of all time, because we know he's not happy here. So we have to move on, and we'll let him go to where he wants to go. And I think that's a nod to just the professional that Kevin Durant is. And the Suns were the beneficiary of it.
I was chopping it up with you, because it gets very real. I like it. I'll let you go off that.
Likewise, Brad. Likewise. What else can we be other than real?
Durant just wants to play. He wants to play every day. He wants to play year round. And his work ethic reflects that. You do not become the kind of skilled scorer he is without putting in an extraordinary amount of time. All-Star break was a nice long time. He could have, he just got to Phoenix. He could have gone back home. He could have been focused on his move. No, he went to Salt Lake City briefly to do his media obligations. He came back to Phoenix, spent the whole time working out in the gym, a lot of times with Booker. He just is a worker. The thing about Durant, he is the epitome of a guy who is focused on the game. Some of the things that he's done off the court, I can't always explain, because I don't think he owes an explanation about his career to anybody. He is just an absolutely spectacular player, an absolutely spectacular scorer, and that comes from the hours that he pours in and continues to pour in.
Anything short of a title for Phoenix, a disappointment, a failed experiment, all that stuff that people are talking about in Phoenix, your view?
Yes, but not this year. This is not a one and done situation. So I think they're going to have a real chance at it this year. We're going to see how their health is. I mean, look, Booker and Chris have got to stay healthy. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter who else is on the team. We'll see how. I actually think their supporting parts are better than other people. I see people, kind of ripping the rest of their team. Okay, I agree. They don't have Mikal Bridges. It would be nice if he was still here. He's not. I think Torrey Craig has had a pretty good year. I think Okogie looks like a different player. And I think Terrence Ross will be able to help them in, 1 to 2 games per playoff series, which is maybe all you need. You're not paying him anything. But I think in reality, this is going to be, you'll need another offseason to build up a supporting cast. And Durant is still playing like he's in his prime. Booker is in his prime. We'll see what happens with Chris, but those are the guys going forward. It doesn't just have to be in 2023. This is a window. The window is open. Let's see what happens.